Hello and welcome everyone, this is Calebovitsch, and today I would like to talk to you about some more deck tech for Pool 1 decks. This time I would like to talk about Spectrum Ongoing. Now this is going to be the second video of this series where I will be talking about this particular deck. Now Spectrum is the top end of your literally Spectrum. It is an unrevealed character that costs 6 with the ability of give your ongoing cards +2 power. And most of this deck has ongoing effects, like you have Claw, Enchantress, Cosmo, Punisher, Mr. Fantastic, Lizard, Colossus, Armor, and Ant-Man. So 9 out of the 12 have some ongoing abilities. And the main reason why Spectrum is so good, especially for a deck like this, is that it allows you to put stats into lanes where people are not really expecting it for one character to put stats in multiple lanes, such as Mr. Fantastic puts some more stats into adjacent lanes, like Claw puts a lot of stats in the lane right to it, and then Spectrum puts a lot of stats onto cards that you already have out with some ongoing effects. So for example, if you already have filled up a lane, and your opponent is suspecting that, I only need to play 3 power into that location to win me that location and the game, you can just play Spectrum into a lane that you're supposed to, that you want to win as well, and you boost 2 ongoing cards in that lane where the opponent only had to add 3, you add 4 to that, and you are indeed the winner. This is also gives you the ability to bamboozle a lot more cubes from the opponent. Now, when it comes to the cards themselves, Ant-Man ongoing, if you have 3 other cards here, +3 power, and this is going to be in the lane that you will be bamboozling with Spectrum. Electra, just a very powerful 1-drop that disables a 1-drop on the opponent's side. Armor, ongoing cards at this location can be destroyed. This is mostly for some crazy locations that destroy your cards. Colossus, same, also ongoing. And can be destroyed, but also can't be moved, can't have its power reduced for sewer systems and necrosis and the like. Lizard, -3 power if your opponent has 4 cards here, but if you play him near the end or in an empty location or in something like a space throne, then it's really, really solid and also ongoing, so we can boost it. Mr. Fantastic, usually played in the center lane, adjacent locations have +2 power and also can be spectrumed up. Punisher, instead of Captain America, who is sitting in the Onslaught Zoo deck, because here you are not relying on filling all your locations at the same time. Here you're just playing off. This is just to be played in the location that the opponent wants to win and that they are filling. So you already see the opponent has played an Ant-Man or a Hawkeye into a location. That's where the Punisher should be going. Cosmo is here to protect your other ongoing characters and also has ongoing itself. You just can't play Spectrum into a lane where you already have Cosmo. Enchantress is here mostly to bamboozle your opposing threats, such as Onslaught, Blue Marvel, Devil Dinosaur, etc. Jessica Jones, just a very powerful 4-drop that plays for 8 more often than not. Just remember not to play it on turn 6. Claw, really unexpected more often than not, giving the right location to it. +6 power, bringing a total of 10 power to the fight for just 5 energy. And Spectrum, the end of the Spectrum. So this is the theory. Now let's see how the deck does in reality. Alright, for game number 1, we do have the namesake of the deck, Spectrum, in hand. No 1-drops, but this deck only has 2 of them, so I'm not really bothered by it, to be honest. Opponent going off with Quicksilver. Then I'll just, we might want to fill up the raft. Sure, let's put a Colossus in there. It's probably not gonna get taken care of. This is not a zoo deck. Although the opponent with Craven, they might be trying to move it. Cosmo. And if we draw Lizard or one of the 1-drops, we can raft next round. And I wonder why the opponent doesn't want to take that. Strange. And there's Ant-Man, so we can just fill up the raft and snap at the opponent. And if they think we don't have enough stats in the raft, we can still claw over here. And the 0 costs 10. That's more than fine. That's more than enough, more often than not. And I will be playing Helicarrier on the last turn, probably. On the other hand, we can play it here into Stark Tower. Claw to the left. Solidifying the raft. And depending on what the opponent does, yeah, Carnage, that does not work. Iron Fist with multiple man gets moved. Craven gets a little bigger. I'm suspecting opponent is gonna try to take care of the left lane. So actually the right lane, Stark Tower, is where I need to play out most of my things, I believe. And most of my things include but are not limited to Spectrum. Wait, if I play Spectrum here, and they play, let's say, if they play, what's his name? Heimdall over here. So here we have to think about Heimdall. Heimdall over here moves Mr. Sinister here, we're winning. Heimdall over here does nothing. Heimdall over here takes Quicksilver to the left lane, they're winning the left lane, taking both Mr. Sinisters and Sinister Clone over here. So adding 6 up to 15, and they will have 8 and 4 here, so that's 12. So I believe best thing for me is to just play Spectrum over here, give up the left lane, and win 4 cubes. And they can also do a couple things. And that Captain America actually means that we are not able to win. Had I played Spectrum to the left, not overthinking, we would have won that. Alright, lesson learned. On to the next game. Game number 2, once again with Spectrum in the opening hand. Kiln can't play cards there after turn 4. So the opponent has a headway there, and we can't just like Jessica Jones for 8 stats, or it doesn't get destroyed by Los Diablos space. Then that's a whole different thing altogether. But we can safely Electra the Ant-Man or Nightcrawler, both are fine. That was probably even better. And I think we just... oh, we can't Cosmo there. Now, to take care of this location, it's probably going to be Lizard into Jessica Jones. And if the opponent wants to play out more things over here to the left, you got to remember that we can always Spectrum up the Lizard for the additional +2 stats. All right, so this is going to be Jess. Could have also been Enchantress, but Jess... given that we're going first, that's fine for now, and we're getting the +4. So that's going to be fine. Question is, which lane do we want to win? The middle one or the right one? And I think I would like to go for the middle one, because if we get Claw gives us middle one and some stats to the right one as well. Now the opponent is also getting Spectrum, which is very sus. So we have to remember about that. And the way to win this right now, in my opinion, so if they Spectrum, they gain 6 stats over here. If we Spectrum, we gain 2 stats over here. But if we Spectrum here, we also get 4 here. You see where this is going? But the question is, where are they going to Spectrum? If they Spectrum middle, they win left. We are only getting +1 over here. And yeah, that's it. And they are snapping, so I believe they have thought of it. So my guess, I'm not gonna, usually I would just retreat right now, but I just wanted to show you the thought processes. I believe they're gonna Spectrum the middle. And just to not overthink things, I think I have to Spectrum right. If they Spectrum right, this is a draw. Here we are winning by 2, and here they are winning by 1, and we are actually winning. But I also might be mistaken, as I sometimes am. Squirrel Girl does give them a lot of stats to Kiln. That's for sure, because it also activates Ant-Man, Captain America, and Khazar, and disables Lizard. Mr. Sinister puts them into 6 stats over here in the ruins, and Punisher does not win them, but it draws them the Los Diablos base. Wow. Okay. Didn't go according to plan, but at least you have witnessed the total distraction and the destruction of Galactus. Moving on. All right, next game. I don't want to blindly start on Electra. If the opponent is playing something in pool 1, they're usually playing it to the leftmost lane, so you can go for a funky hedge play and just play Electra to the left if you know that you will be playing out the rest of your deck. Now here I'm hoping the opponent is not going to move Nightcrawler, but I don't know why people more often than not just play Nightcrawler and move it on turn 1. Here, fortunately, the opponent did not do that. Daily Bugle gives us an insight on what the opponent might want to be doing, and that is Spider-Woman. But instead we are going to go for Mr. Fantastic. Yes, Subterranean, Washington, D.C., a very interesting power couple. We can follow it up with Lizard Armor into a lane where the opponent has not played anything yet. White Queen gives them Spectrum again. Now, thinking about the stats, Spider-Woman gives us 8. Jessica Jones also gives us 8. We are going first. If we Spider-Woman now, we can Spectrum can get us 4 into the right lane, and me or the opponent can just draw more rocks. Spider-Woman also gets more stats in the next turn, but Spectrum is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 already. I'm thinking of going Spider-Woman either to the left or middle. Probably to the left to have a more commanding presence in left and right than just middle, because there is a chance we can just give up middle. Like over here. That's a very good Enchantress from the opponent. The rock does not give him that much. And now here's the thing. We can play Cosmo and Punisher to 2 lanes, or we can play Spectrum into 1 lane, with Spectrum giving us the most stats. Now, we could... opponent still has 5 cards in hand. If we +4 here... I think... I mean... get a more commanding presence in the middle, like with that Spider-Woman, I would just be playing Spectrum to the left. But given what we have here, opponent doesn't have any ongoing either. I think I'm just going to play Spectrum to the left, because if the opponent plays Spectrum to the middle, we don't care. Spectrum to the right, because we know that that's the card we know they have. They will be 1 down. Still. Another Enchantress. And a Scarlet Witch. Yes. So here's what I've been talking about in the deck overview. Opponent here went for the exact 1 power above what I had over here, while I added 4 power here to bamboozle them completely. Right? Because we had 5 and 3, that was 8. Opponent went for the 9. And we solidified the lead in Washington, D.C., while still adding stats to Avengers Compound. And this is what this deck should be doing. I was not snapping because I was not sure of the victory. All right, in for the last game. Shadowland. That is not where we want to be playing Electra, that's for sure. We don't want to be helping the opponent out. Mindscape. I think I'm just willing to blindly play Colossus into 3. We know nothing bad is going to happen to it, right? Right. Peak. Did almost nothing. Alright, so Colossus is a nice way of controlling Hala. As is Mr. Fantastic. Wolfsbane for 5. Ironheart, putting Wolfsbane to 7. And Star-Lord. Oh my goodness, they have gained a ton of stats over there, to be sure. Ninja for 0. Wow. They really have a commanding presence over here, and we know we will not be able to play Spectrum, because it's just going to get Mindscaped to the opponent. So what can we do? I don't need to concede yet. I'll just play these two out as they are. We don't need to concede yet because the stakes are still just 1 Cosmic Cube. Cosmo, obviously without the initiative, not as good. Hala doesn't destroy Colossus. At least we have that one going for us. Lizard. I don't think we're winning this game. Yep. Yep. And they are snapping, so I'd rather retreat for 1 than lose 4. But I hope this has shown you both how the deck plays, and usually it plays better than you've just seen, and also some cool plays while you're playing in Pool 1. So thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Calebovitsch out.